The last time a broad energy bill was signed into law was back in 2007. It may as well have been a lifetime ago as far as America's energy situation is concerned. While we were once living in an era of energy scarcity, we're now living in an era of higher energy production and lower technology costs. It's change that represents many opportunities, but also challenges. Aging infrastructure, bureaucratic hurdles, outdated policies, and needless red tape. These are the kinds of challenges we'll need to address if we want to support America's rise as one of the world's preeminent energy superpowers. If we want to support the accompanying potential for jobs, for growth, and for increased energy independence. That's why the Senate is considering the Energy Policy Modernization Act. It's broad, bipartisan legislation that will modernize our energy policies to keep pace with a changing world. It will help Americans produce more energy. It will help Americans pay less for energy. It will help Americans save energy. This bipartisan bill builds on technological progress in order to strengthen and sustain America's energy advances while protecting our environment at the same time, all without raising taxes or adding to the deficit. It's the latest reminder of what's possible with cooperation in this Senate. A huge majority of the Senate Energy Committee supported the bill when it came to a vote. The top Republican on the committee supported it. The top Democrat on the committee supported it. They're the managers of this bill today. They've worked with members of both parties to line up amendments already. They're working with members of both parties to schedule even more. If you have an amendment you'd like considered, please work with them. Let's get this process moving. Let's get this bill passed so we can support more jobs, more growth, and more energy independence for our country. Now, before I leave the floor, let me say this as well. The chair of the Energy Committee knows how to write good legislation. We have proof of that before us today. But here's something else. The chair of the Energy Committee also knows how to pick good staff. Take Mike Brimis as one example. He served as her communications director. He served as communications director for the junior senator from Alabama, too, and as chief of staff for the state's senior senator. Mike also spent time covering Washington back when he was a reporter. Mike Brimis obviously had a lot of experience under his belt by the time he came to work for me. He was an important part of my team. He worked hard, and he earned positions of trust among respected members of our conference and among the Washington press corps. Mike was there, both in the minority and in the majority, as we made our way through many challenges. But he never let his good humor or his zest for life get lost along the way. People tell you that Mike loves history, and political history in particular. It's a shared passion that kept me challenged and often entertained. People will tell you a few other things about Mike, too. He's always smiling. He's always laughing. He's always got a story to tell and a recipe to share. The aspiring chef and endeavoring fly fisherman is happiest when he's with his family, his delightful wife, Ann, and his sons, Alec and Will. And Mike's at his best when he's outdoors camping or biking or just simply enjoying life beyond these walls. When Mike told me it was his time to retire from the Senate, I was sad to see him go, but at the same time, I was glad to see him able to spend more time around the people and things that make Mike, Mike. Ronald Michael Brimis came to my office as a colleague and leaves as a friend. I thank him for his many years of dedicated service to me and to this body, and I send him best wishes for a retirement that promised to be anything but boring.